Count of 3!
Welcome back to the 50 greatest Harry Potter moments.
Hold tight, Harry. 1!
Now, before we continue to fly up the chart, let's enjoy one of the magical ingredients that helped build its success. The celebrity cameos.
Cast ourselves into the future. No, wait.
Hello. How are you? Welcome to Gryffindor.
I think it just shows the respect for the films and for the work that the acting profession have, that you get people like John Cleese coming in to do Nearly Headless Nick.
Cameos that I love, Ian Brown, drinking in the leaky cauldron, fantastic. I love Lenny Henry's Sat Nav.
Ernie, 2 double-deckers at 12 o'clock.
Half the guys with Radiohead and Jarvis Cocker is the lead singer, which is a pretty cool band to watch.
Your body like a hairy troll, learning to rock and roll.
To come to work and just dance around to Jarvis Cocker was just unbelievable. I mean, how many people can say that's their job? It's brilliant.
But for me, it's Dawn French that steals the show as the protector of the Gryffindor common room.
The first time we saw that was just before we filmed it, and they showed us a brief clip of what she'd done, and I was laughing so much. How she's trying to break the glass and just shatters it on the corner. It's fantastic.
Amazing! Just with my voice.
When I played the part of, and I'm always delighted that this was her name, the Fat Lady.
Oh, he's like the devil. He's got...
I had to work with a hippopotamus. The owner gave me a little talking to before the hippopotamus came on the set and said, if it starts to foam, it's because it's attracted to you in a sexual way.
Sirius Black!
So I was looking out all the time for foam. There was none. And then, strangely, I got quite disappointed that I wasn't attractive enough for the hippopotamus to get turned on. So it was a day of disappointments, the whole thing.
You'll be a woman.
Watching her come down the stairs, and yeah, and it's just like, wow, who's she really?
Millions of people said she's suddenly a woman, she's suddenly beautiful, she's changed, and it wasn't a trick, and it wasn't a dress, and it wasn't a hairstyle. It was the fact that, like would happen with your own daughter, suddenly, you know, Emma Watson was no longer a girl.
She looks beautiful.
Yeah, she does.
It's almost like a transformation. It's where everyone really sees her in a different light, and everyone realises that she's actually quite beautiful. And I think it's an important moment for her as a young woman.
Excellent nosh, Petunia.
I first met the directors, Alfonso Cuarón, and our conversation was not so much about acting ability or anything. It was about, are you up for a stunt? He wanted someone who was prepared to suffer. And I, fool that I am, was prepared to suffer.
Actually, it's nothing to do with the father. It's all to do with the mother. You see it all the time with dogs. If there's something wrong with the bitch, then there's something wrong with the pup. Shut up! Shut up! Let me tell you.
So, let the suffering begin.
2 layers of latex, which have to be airtight, into which compressed air is fired. And I reached the point where I was unable to walk because I was as wide across as I was high, and I had to be wheeled around on a very large porter's trolley.
Brennan, do something!
I couldn't go to the loo. So I had to stop drinking halfway through my makeup in the morning and dehydrate to the point where I could no longer stand it, and then drink and then put my hand up at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which involved a 15 to 20-minute de-rig to get me to the loo. It was torture.
Whoa, yes, Postman.
Wait. Our next moment is a real hoot. Sorry. 4 Privet Drive, home to the dastardly Dursleys, the magic-denying muggles who do all they can to prevent Harry from attending Hogwarts.
There's no such thing as magic. Fine day, Sunday. In my opinion, best day of the week. Why is that, Dudley?
Because there's no post on Sundays.
Right you are, Harry. No post on Sunday. Ha! No blasted letters today!
What's brilliant about the owl delivery service, which is alerting Harry and the Dursleys that actually he's got to go to Hogwarts, is the relentlessness of it.
No letters today! No, sir. Not one blasted miserable...
Harry's got no idea what those letters are about, but he just knows it's some immense possibility. And the fact that in the end they get so overwhelmed by them is just fantastic.
That's it! We're going away! Far away!
Daddy's gone mad, hasn't he?
Cedric's death was horrifying to watch.
Let me through! Let me through! That's my son! That's my boy!
Oh, it was horrendous. I mean, just watching it was just this man's heart breaking in front of you as he realised his son was dead.
Jeff Rawle, he gave it an almighty performance when after, you know, it was getting us a little bit teary. Even Draco was getting close to tears thanks to Jeff.
Obviously, the fact that he's so young and had so much potential, it's sort of awful.
Well, it was the first time a main character, a good guy, had died, and it was very real. And I think that was when Harry Potter really grew up. That was when we suddenly realised that this is war, people are going to die, and it was had a terribly good-looking Robert Pattinson as well. So it was sort of, wow, they killed him.
Good evening, Mr. Potter.
Harry Potter encounters many monsters on his travels, but few are as unpleasant as Professor Dolores Umbridge.
You're going to be doing some lines for me today, Mr. Potter. No, not with your quill. Going to be using a rather special one of mine.
It's so brilliant because it's so sinister. Just the most evil that you could possibly imagine.
I want you to write, I must not tell lies.
It is so evil and so nasty, this really evil woman. And because she does everything with a smile, she's even more sort of perverse and twisted and unpleasant. And actually, I mean, scary, because you don't know what she's capable of.
You deserve to be punished. Don't you, Mr. Potter?
The Harry Potter movies are well known for pushing the limits of CGI technology. This sequence lasts just seconds on film, but took over a year to create, and so earns its place inside the top 30.
You remember the conditions on which I brought you with me? This potion might paralyze me.
Why can't I drink it, sir?
Because I'm much older.
The scene where Harry has to kind of essentially poison his father figure was one of the hardest scenes to do.
You are not to indulge these requests. It's your job, Harry, to make sure I keep drinking this potion.
He's so scared and he's crying out, and I think that's probably one of the scariest moments emotionally.
You have to keep drinking like you said, remember?
What is amazing about that scene, actually, is Harry Potter as the character, his resilience to keep Dumbledore drinking it. Because you'd think you'd give in, you know, but he doesn't.
Stop! It will stop, Professor, it will stop. But only if you keep drinking.
Don't make me.
I'm sorry, sir.
Kill me!
No.
It's horrific. And it's really horrific.
Please.
All right, Granger, as discussed.
Polyjuice Potion allows the drinker to take on the form of someone else. It's a delightful concoction, reportedly made from stewed lacewing flies and unsucculated leeches, whatever they are.
For those of you who haven't taken Polyjuice Potion before, fair warning, it tastes like goblin.
Just for the sheer complexity and how hard it must have been to have got it all together, it has to be the Seven Harrys. For me, it's just so clever that when they take the drink and suddenly they morph into these Harrys, I just think is a brilliant scene.
It was great fun, to be honest.
Wow, we're identical.
My impressions of Rupert and Emma were probably the easiest that I had to do.
Harry, your eyesight really is awful.
It's testament to Dan's acting ability that you can tell each individual character there.
I did almost.
Despite they all look the same.
Haven't got anything a bit more sporting, have you? Didn't you do almost 200 takes?
Yeah,
doing that in total.
A lot of takes.
So yeah, fair play.
Mundungus Fletcher was quite easy because Andy is quite distinctive.
Strip.
All right.
I would have the actual actors he was playing alongside me at the monitor. Fleur, for example. And we'd watch Dan do a take playing Fleur, and then Dan would come over to the monitor, and we'd discuss if Dan was feminine enough, if he was holding the bra in the right way, for example.
Bill, look away. I'm hideous.
And spookily enough, Dan actually really liked playing Clemence.
As for Harry.
Yes?
The real Harry. Where the devil are you, anyway?
Here.
Now it's time for a story. About a story. Within a story, if you follow me.
There were once 3 brothers who were travelling along a lonely, winding road at twilight.
I was so thrilled that I got to read it.
The 3 brothers simply waved their wands and made a bridge.
I had to do quite a few takes just because trying to get the rhythm right with the animation was quite tricky.
Before they could cross, however, they found their path blocked by a hooded figure.
I thought the animation was really beautiful, so it was a really sort of nice perk for me.
He then greeted death as an old friend and went with him gladly, departing this life as equals.
It's a chessboard.
Everything in the world of Harry Potter has a magical and often dangerous twist. Even a straightforward board game can become a matter of life and death.
See, I love wizard chess. I think this is the only time, if I had to go into battle, I'd go, I'll have Ron.
All right. Harry, you take the empty bishop square. Hermione, you'll be the queenside castle. And as for me, I'll be a knight.
Not only is it very gripping, quite frightening and very threatening, very dangerous, because when your piece gets taken, that piece gets killed. But also, it allows our Ron Weasley, who so far has been a bit of baggage, he's been a hanger-on, he's been a bit dopey, he's screamed a lot, he's gurned a lot, he's been a nuisance. Suddenly, he comes good.
Once I make my move, the Queen will take me. Then you're free to check the King.
No. Ron, no!
What is it? He's going to sacrifice himself. No, you can't! There must be another way!
It was really a really cool scene, actually, because it was kind of Ron's first moment, really, where he kind of shows kind of a bit of bravery and a kind of a lot of kind of support for Harry.
Ron is there, taking control of this moment. It's thumbs up to Ron. We love Ron.
Well, it's checkmate for Ron, but it's not game over for our countdown. Stay tuned for more spellbinding Potter moments.
Well, we both had wand arm. At the end of it, we both had to see a physio. We'd been wanding all day. It wasn't just us, the men, all the men were suffering from this.